What's up, guys? Weather expert here, bringing us an awesome video on weather update. This is gonna be more of a storm potential after Christmas. So as we get into Christmas time, it looks a little bit like the models are gonna bust. They busted this potential torch of a Christmas, and now they're favoring a colder Christmas, and I believe that. And let's get into after Christmas. I don't care what you guys are saying about it's 10 days out. Models are gonna be high as crap. But you gotta look at observations to determine your forecast. Don't look at because you're model hugging, and model hugging can be very bad because your forecast is not going to come to fruition if you're going to be model hugging that model. So as we get into around north of Japan, we got this really strong upper level trough right here, and we got the really strong jet right here. It's just screaming, and this trough, of course, from the westwards is going to migrate eastward, and it gets interesting about the models. As we take a look in the GFS, we have our trough right around here. We got a trough right here. We get to about 90 hours. It kind of gets over here. It gets over to the Alaskan, gets over to the Bering Sea. Not really strong, though. We get to 120 hours out. We start seeing some lowering heights, which are kind of favoring, a little bit warmer. Of course, it's going to be warmer around before Christmas. And as we get into here, look what we see. We start seeing a little bit of a split right here. And we get to the split. We get a 7 days out. We start seeing a little bit of start seeing a trough digging into the western U.S. Pretty weak around here, and then we get around. That's my dog. We get around 8 days out, and here's the 26th, and we start getting this. Now I want to show you. I'm gonna draw something for you guys. All right, I'm gonna draw this. The European is actually agreeing a little bit with the GFS. All right, so if we have our trough right here, say if the trough digs in southward, it's gonna pull in that Gulf of Mexico moisture. And it goes like this. This is setting up, and it also, and I'm going to show you guys in a couple frames why I think this would be favorable for a snowstorm. You get a big snowstorm setting up for this region right here. There's no doubt you would. European's a little bit different, has a little bit more northward. But if the storm goes northward, then we're just seeing snow right here and just rain right here. Really boring. If the storm just cuts through, which is very, very unlikely right now. If it cuts through, then it's not really looking too good. But right now, the GFS, we got 9 days out. We got the storm right here, and you can see it's over Texas right now. 9.5 hours. Look what we see. We see some high pressure develop in the northern plains. That's pulling some Canadian air mass, which is giving a nice cold. Instead of southeast ridge, which starts to migrate east, we start seeing this storm system start to develop. Now, as we get into, let's say before Christmas, before New Year's Eve, I'm thinking there's a pretty good potential of a pretty good storm. I'm thinking that. I'm thinking that we get it to 850 millibars. We start seeing some really nice signals. We start seeing some warm air. We start seeing some cold air wrapped into this, but shows cooler air as we get over here. Let's go to the model. Here's about 144 hours out. Here's our storm right here, located just to the west of California. It starts to come in. The main portion starts to head east and gives them. But then we start seeing a little bit more, of a little bit of cyclogenesis occur, and we start seeing, a little shortwave break off of here. And look what happens. You start getting another low pressure system, and then it digs in by the suppression of this high pressure system, this Canadian cold air, which is favorable for a big, huge snowstorm. Now, not every model is perfect. Of course, the GFS isn't, but it's been showing us for a long time. We start seeing a snowstorm break out, which is kind of skeptical right now. We start seeing some snow build, and we start seeing, I'm not showing you guys accumulations because it's way early in the game to show you guys the accumulations because it's going to vary so much. Now, if we go back to my winter outlook, I highlighted this, and let's not right here. I highlighted this. Here's the thing. You're getting storms that come off the west coast. They're going up like that. You might get one that goes over here. You might get a Great Lakes runner. You might get something like that. Or we haven't got any of this, but one of the things that I've been mentioning is it's gonna start closing off to the south. Storms are gonna come to the south, and then they're gonna be runners. There's gonna be a lot of ones that are just gonna come onto the west coast, go up the east coast with the Canadian air mass right here, get an HP right here, gets cold air, you get a nor'easter right here. That's what I've been highlighting in my outlook, and it's starting to come to fruition that we could see something like this set up. And the El Nino is starting to weaken. I want to show you guys something. You might hear persistent tapping. That's my dog. She probably wants to go outside, but I already let her out. All right, let's go to sea surface temperature anomalies. This is in like their main room, so there's a lot of noise. Let's go to the El Nino regions. Something very interesting to point out. Really, really interesting. Look at El Nino regions 1 and 2. I'm going to turn this off so you guys can see it better. Look at this. It is disconnected from the central base waters. You know what that means? El Nino 1 and 2 are getting under that Peruvian current. It is destroying it. It is collapsing it slowly. But it will most likely shut this off, become a central base or west central base, and you know what that means. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty active winter. So anyone that's calling for a mild, warm winter the whole entire winter long, you're going to bust completely because this is factors, and we've been pointing this out since, I don't even know, beginning of fall. We go to the European model, it's a little bit different, but it has the same concept. We get a trough to dig in here, and you get this is 500 millibars. You get the cold pocket aloft over here. You get a low pressure, which is indicated right here. You get that, and boom, you're going to start getting, and there's snow right here, Canadian air mass right here. You start getting high pressure over here. It seems kind of warm, but what's misleading is there's a high pressure system starting to develop over here. Could be a big storm. I think there's a pretty good chance of a good storm developing. That's okay. My dog's about to bark. So yeah, guys, that's really gonna wrap up. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.